Hey guys, it's Sim, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited, as we are here on the 12th of February, 2020, to talk about everything that went down tonight on Friday Night Smackdown. Now, I do want to apologize for my voice. Had a cold the last couple of days, and it's just now starting to go away. I had it Wednesday, half of Wednesday, Thursday, really bad yesterday, but I'm pretty good now today. So, I've been sneezing quite a bit today, but I'll try to contain myself. I can always my microphone mute, that is, if I got to sneeze or cough. But with that, we're here to talk about Friday Night Smackdown. I want to say thank you for joining us here on either twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited or youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Remember, if you are here on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways, either by hitting that donation button down below. Sorry about that. Kind of not all there. Anyways, you can hit that donate button down below. You can donate Twitch bits, or you can subscribe to the channel one of two different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription or for free with Amazon Prime, because if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. With Prime Gaming, you get one free subscription to any Twitch channel that you would like to subscribe to throughout the month, and we would greatly appreciate it if that one Twitch channel you did subscribe to us at was us here at Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Also, if you are watching on YouTube, youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, you can help out by either giving us a super chat or super sticker donation, which all super chat donations do get read on the air, or by becoming a channel member by hitting that join button down below right next to where it says subscribe. Also, you can always support us here at Pro Wrestling Unlimited by subscribing to our Patreon, patreon.com/PW Unlimited. But with that, let's get our polls going really fast for SmackDown. I want to know what you guys thought of tonight's SmackDown. Also, if you want to let me know what you thought of tonight's SmackDown, you can do so by texting in to 510-906-1341. What did you think of tonight's SmackDown? I liked it. It was all right. I didn't like it. All right, the poll is live on Twitch. Get that same poll going for you guys on YouTube. I liked it. It was all right. I didn't like it. All right, the poll is also live on YouTube. Sorry about that, Hat Brat. I don't know. It's kind of random. You said you didn't get the notification. The only thing I can think of is maybe because we're using a program that lets us stream on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. And so it's got to go to that and then Twitch. So maybe Twitch doesn't register that with a notification. I don't know. But I'm glad to see you here anyways. Thank you for joining us. With that, Friday Night Smackdown kicked off with Roman Reigns coming out and Adam Pearce already in the ring. What a way to start. My notes won't scroll. It's completely frozen. Let's refresh this page. Thank you, Stephen Randall. I really do appreciate that. Says, love the work you put in on YouTube. I appreciate that comment. All right, now we're able to scroll. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, froze again. God dang Google Chrome. I use the Google Docs to write my notes. Sometimes it freezes up, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. Universal Champion Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Paul Heyman all made their way down to the ring as Adam Pearce was already in the ring. Michael Cole pushed the idea that Reigns is angry and embarrassed because of last week. Reigns expected that Edge would choose him to fight him at WrestleMania 37. They recapped Edge announcing on Raw that he's going to wait till after the Elimination Chamber. Adam Pearce basically was standing in the corner of Roman and goes, come on now. I wait for nobody. I don't wait for you. You wait for me. And Roman Reigns, I'm going to say it right now, his goddamn entrances, they're getting comically long like The Undertaker. Because his whole gimmick is everyone waits on him. He takes his time. So he's going to take his time walking down to the ring. So Adam Pearce says we got a big announcement here to make. We know that Edge will not be choosing who he's going to face for the Universal Championship before the Elimination Chamber. So at the Elimination Chamber, you, Roman Reigns, will be defending your title inside the Elimination Chamber match. And Roman gets mad and goes, excuse me? What? No. That ain't going to happen. Paul, take care of this. And Heyman was just like, okay, so per Roman's contract, he does not have to do what you're saying right now. You don't have any authority over him. His contract does state that he will defend the title at... Excuse me. Heyman stated that... Hold on, I got to sneeze again. Who? With that, Heyman stated that, okay, Roman's contract says he will defend the title at the Elimination Chamber, not inside the Elimination Chamber. So how about this? You have your fancy Elimination Chamber match, but then after that, Roman will take on the winner. He'll fight at the Elimination Chamber. He'll defend his title, but after somebody earns it inside the Elimination Chamber. So Adam Pearce goes, okay, we can do that. Guys are going to now have to qualify tonight. Now, here's my question. He made it seem like he didn't have qualifying matches in place. So who was he going to just put in this match with Roman anyways? Like, did he not have a plan for even if Roman would have defended his title inside the chamber? I don't get that. But anyways, he says we'll have some qualifying matches tonight, but 2 men will not have to qualify because there are 2 men that have taken you to the limit in recent months. First one will be your cousin Jey Uso. Adam Pearce then gets out of the ring, drops the mic, picks it up, and says, and the other one will be Kevin Owens. Roman gets mad about this and states that, hey, I'm done with Owens. I've dealt with him. We don't need this. And Heyman's like, hey, calm down, Roman. Back off. Because Roman walks out of the ring and gets right in Pearce's face. And Heyman's like, just let him do what he's going to do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They make this match, and Adam Pearce is like frantic after the commercial. Says, now we got to figure out qualifying matches. Sonya Deville goes, don't worry, I got this taken care of. Inside the Elimination Chamber, it's every man for himself. But how about we have a tag team match tonight where 2 men earn their way into the chamber? We've already got a tag team match set up. It's Sami Zayn and King Corbin against Dominic and Rey Mysterio. Winners, there we go. They get to be in the chamber. And Adam Pearce goes, I like that idea. Let's do it. And she goes, already done. They're on their way to the ring now. So, pretty good GMing or whatever you want to say by Sonya Deville. I'm really liking her in this role. Edwin Pierce, that's not something they just announced on Twitter. They've been plugging that on Smackdown for the last 2 weeks now, I want to say. And she's not going to be rolling up no blue Bugatti. She's going to be about 2 stories high above the track, waving the green flag, just hoping that she doesn't drop the flag. She's going to be worried about no damn blue Bugatti. She's going to be worried about, and I haven't seen it before, but this is what we always hear from celebrities that go, I get to wave that green flag, but I hope I don't drop the flag, because when those cars are coming, there's a gust of wind and just G-forces and everything that just comes and shakes. Like when those cars come off of turn 4 and come past the start-finish line, that whole start-finish line stand where Sasha's going to be standing is going to be shaking like crazy. She ain't worried about no blue Bugatti at the racetrack. She's worried about not dropping that damn green flag. With that, we did have an Elimination Chamber qualifying match, Sami Zayn and King Corbin against Rey and Dominic Mysterio. And the first thing you think of is, well, this is obvious. Corbin and Sami. They ain't putting Dominic in a freaking chamber match. Before the match, Sami Zayn promised that they're going to win and qualify for the chamber. Zayn noted that management wants the Mysterios to win, but they're not going to let that happen. He literally said management wants the Mysterios to win because they are crucial for the Latin market. Jeez. So the babyfaces were in control early. Rey attempted a dive on Corbin, but Zayn grabbed his legs from the outside. Dominic then hit a suicide dive on Sammy. That looked wicked. Freaking Dominic went face first into the edge of the announce table. I thought it was knocked out, but nope. He got right back up and jumped in the ring. Corbin one time attempted a powerbomb on Ray, but Ray countered it with a Hurricane Rana. After a commercial break, the heels are firmly in control. Corbin attempted a chokeslam, but Ray countered with another Hurricane Rana. Dominic and Zayn got tagged in, and Dominic ran wild. He hit a tornado DDT and got a near fall on Sammy. At one point, Ray and Dominic hit double 619s on Corbin to take him out of the match. Sammy recovered and hit a haluva kick on Dominic, though, to pick up the victory. So with that, as well, everyone would have expected, Sami Zayn, King Corbin, they have qualified for the Elimination Chamber match. After this match, we go to the back, and Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, enter into the GM's office. I guess you can call them GMs. I don't know. And they're like, hey, we've got an idea for you. How about you enter us into the Elimination Chamber, the Tag Team Champions? And so then he goes, what, you guys want to be in the same pod? We ain't doing that. He goes, no. Dolph goes, no. We'll both compete in separate pods for a chance to fight for the Universal title. Why not put the champs in there? And Sonya goes, okay, that's not a bad idea. How about you guys have a tag team qualifying match later tonight? And Adam, tell them who they're going to face. And Adam Pearce goes, well, you will face the team of Daniel Bryan and Cesaro. So they're just like, okay, we can do that. They recap Bianca Belair whipping Reginald with her ponytail last week. Meh. Reginald would then approach Sasha Banks and Kalisto in the back. He gave her a glass of champagne and apologized for last week. Banks asked Reginald if he really believes that Belair can't beat her. He said, yes, I do. I don't think Belair can beat you. Banks took the glass and Reginald walked away, but stopped to take a second glance at Sasha like something's going to come up here with them two working together. I mean, Sasha's a heel if you ever seen one. She taking the sommelier just makes so much sense. She's going to steal that sommelier from Carmella. Cincinnati says, I'm not confused by this. Come on, do they have to do that Edge and Batista stipulation? It's getting old when I do this. I don't know what you're talking about. I honestly don't know what you mean with the Edge and Batista situation. Elaborate. Going forward, Big E would come out and they said that Big E is going to defend his Intercontinental Championship against, well, anybody. They recapped Big E defending the title in a triple threat match last week. Big E was about to talk about his next challenger when he was interrupted by Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews walked down and he almost busted into tears saying, come on, man, give me another shot. I'm taking this open challenge. You got an open challenge. I'm taking it. Come on, please give me another chance. Give me one more opportunity. And they were just like, or not they, but Big E was just like, no. And Apollo was just like, come on. And Big E just goes, he looks around Apollo and just goes, send out my opponent. And they play the theme of Shinsuke Nakamura. So we get for the well, actually, I don't know if this was an IC title match or not, because the way they played it up was that it was, but at the same time, they really didn't mention that during the match. But with that, we had Big E versus Shinsuke Nakamura in a really good match. Then unfortunately had a crap finish. So Big E had the early advantage and hit a running splash on the apron for a near fall. The two fought for a while, and then, well, Apollo Crews would run out. Crews would run out and jumped up on the apron and cheered on Nakamura. Nakamura took the advantage and rocked Big E with a kick to the head. He followed this up with a running knee in the corner. Nakamura rocked Big E with a knee off the second turnbuckle for a near fall. Nakamura set up for the Kinshasa, but Big E avoided it and moved. Nakamura then attempted the Kinshasa for a second time, but Big E countered with a Uranagi. Big E attempted to go for the big ending, but Crews would jump in and jump him to cause a disqualification. So again, A good match with a crap finish. Going forward, we had the return of Seth Rollins, even though we just saw him 2 weeks ago inside Royal Rumble. So before the break, Michael Cole and Corey Graves discussed Rollins' return as members of the Smackdown roster surrounded the ring. After the match, Rollins made his way down to the ring. Most of the roster was around ringside, including Ray, Dominic, Sasha, Bayley, Daniel, Corbin, Bianca, and more. Rollins came out to his Burn It Down theme, which was very interesting. And he noted that a lot has changed since he sacrificed himself at Survivor Series. He said that most things that have changed are about him himself. Rollins noted that he's a father now to a baby girl, and he's got a new vision. He talked about being a father, like I stated, and what that means to him. The roster applauded that. It seems like, okay, we're getting a babyface Seth Rollins upon this return, but no. Rollins says he's got a vision to be the greatest leader in SmackDown history. He's going to be the leader that SmackDown needs. He can make that push that SmackDown really needs. Rollins talked about being their father, their mentor, their leader of this roster. The entire roster would walk out, and Rollins didn't really realize until after he finished talking. He said, "You will all embrace the vision." I really got Bray Wyatt vibes because he said, "You will all," and I'm sitting there going, "Follow the buzzards." That's what I thought. I got Bray Wyatt vibes. Anyways, the lights would come back on. Rollins realized everybody was gone except Cesaro. Rollins was thrilled that his old buddy Cesaro was still standing at ringside, maybe willing to embrace the vision. However, Cesaro turns him down and walks away. Rollins was furious by this, so he attacked Cesaro from behind, hit him with a chop block to the knee. He started beating him down before Daniel Bryan and a bunch of other officials and whatnot would run down to push Rollins off. Okay, segment. It's going to lead to Cesaro and Rollins doing something, maybe at Fastlane. Or, which I hope they don't do, Rollins takes out Cesaro again next week and he can't compete in the chamber, so Rollins takes his spot. I hope they don't do that. Next up, we got Bayley versus Liv Morgan. This match was all right. Nothing great. Bayley rocked Morgan with a back elbow early. Morgan avoided a clothesline with the Matrix and followed up with a missile drop kick. For some reason, they showed Natty and Tamina watching in the back. Don't know why. Morgan attempted a leapfrog off the steps, but Bayley moved. Morgan crashed hard into the barricade, and Bayley took over and worked over her shoulder. Morgan fought back and hit an enziguri. She followed this up with a code breaker for a close near fall. Billie Kay would then make her way down to the ring, tried to apologize to Ruby Riott at ringside for screwing everything up last week. Riott became upset, grabbed the resumes from Billie Kay and threw them with some landing in the ring. The ref cleared the resumes from the ring, but Bayley took advantage and raked Morgan in the eyes. She then hit the rose plant, pinned her. Bayley defeats Liv Morgan. It was an all-right match. Whatever. In the back, Kayla Braxton interviewed Cesaro and Daniel Bryan. She says, "Cesaro, how are you feeling? Will you still be able to compete in your match later tonight for a shot to be inside Elimination Chamber?" He said, "Of course. Of course." Then we got a cool segment here. Street Profits, who seem to not know anything about NASCAR, showed up at Daytona yesterday, Daytona International Speedway, to give the 2020 champion Chase Elliott a custom WWE Championship. On one side of the side plates, it had the NASCAR Cup Series logo, and the other side had his number 9 logo on there. Really cool. I mean, it's 3 months late. We usually see WWE send those championships off as soon as champions win their championships. Fucking Chase Elliott won his championship back on like November 2nd, 4th, back on November 8th. So yeah, 3 months, but hey, at least they eventually did it. At least they eventually gave Chase his championship, and I hope they continue to do this going forward with giving NASCAR drivers a championship, because they give people championships for winning everything just about now. Been doing this for years and had never done a NASCAR driver getting the belt before. The cool thing about NASCAR compared to most other sports is like, okay, Tampa Bay Bucks, they win a championship, they win the Super Bowl. WWE sends the team the belt, they put it up in wherever. But with NASCAR, you send that belt for NASCAR, the driver gets to take that belt home. Because, yes, it's a team effort that they all won the championship and everyone gets championship rings and whatnot. But the big trophy goes to the driver. So the championship belt also goes to the driver. Edwin Persis, Tim, did you have the Chevrolet mid-engine Corvette CB and a Camaro? I have no clue what the hell you're talking about. I have no clue what you're talking about, Edwin. Did I have a Corvette and Camaro? Think I made of money? I can't afford a Corvette and Camaro. So next up, speaking of the Street Profits, they're back in action. Good to see Montez Ford back. Took on Otis and Chad Gable. Match is pretty good. Kind of short, though. They showed clips of Gable and Otis preparing for the match earlier in the day. Otis did squats as Gable sprayed with smoke. Gable and Dawkins started off this match. They did some mat wrestling early. The pace quickened, and they traded some arm drag takedowns. Ford got the hot tag and avoided Gable with a series of flips. Where was I? I just lost my spot. There we go. Dawkins slowed the pace down with a chin lock, which is usually what the heels do, so kind of weird. But Otis got the hot tag and ran wild. He sent Ford to the floor with a suplex. Otis then hit a splash in the corner and a caterpillar on Dawkins. Gable and Otis attempted one of the moves they were practicing earlier in the day, but Ford took Otis out for that. Dawkins then hit a spine buster, which I can't remember what they call it, but they have a special move for it, or name for Dawkins' spine buster. He hit that on Gable. Ford then hit the sky-high frog splash and picked up the victory. Street Profits do win. The Street Profits are leaving, and as they're at the top of the ramp, Sasha's music hits. She comes out, and the three dance together. Sasha eventually comes down to the ring, and Banks likes Belair. She says she likes Belair and thinks of her as a big little sister. Banks wants Belair to pick her for WrestleMania. These SmackDown champions, very needy. Pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. So Belair made her way to the ring. She praised Banks as well, but noted that this is her time. And before she can continue, the women's tag team champions Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler would interrupt and make their way down to the ring. And this is when things went from to god-awful. Jax mocked Banks and Baszler for having huge egos. Baszler noted that the night that Belair won the Royal Rumble, they also won back the tag team championships, but no one's talking about them. Which everyone's talking about Nia. Anyways, Banks knew that Jax and Baszler were coming. She said, I heard about this, so I got some footage ready. Play it. They showed clips from Raw of Naomi pinning Baszler. And Banks goes, oh, I wasn't talking about that footage. And Nia's like, no, you better not. You better not. And she gets in Sasha's face. And then Belair goes, roll the footage. It's so annoying. And they showed it and didn't bleep it. Nia saying, my hole. So bad. So dumb. Why do you got to bring it back up? Now, I think it might be Nia's new thing. The heels get mad and they jump Banks and Belair. Banks and Belair work together to drop Jax on her tailbone or her hole on the apron. Jax fought the urge to yell, my hole again. She fought with all her might. The babyfaces then worked together against Baszler as well. This was just a stupid segment. I hated every single moment of it. Dumb. And now they're probably going to do Sasha and Bianca teaming together with the tag titles on the line. Please don't. Please don't. Since Saturday, if you're saying that I need to be laughing over this segment, no. I literally have a friend that texts me and goes, yeah, I'm done with SmackDown, and turn the show off. Because he did not want to see them rehash the Nia My Hole stuff. He hated it on Raw. And then tonight they did it again. And so we literally turned SmackDown off and watched the rest of the NASCAR truck race. which I want to say congratulations to Ben Rhodes for winning the truck race tonight. That Thor Sport Toyota. Anyways. We then had another qualifying match, our main event for the Elimination Chamber. It was a non-title match with the tag team champions Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, the Dirty Dogs, taking on the team of Daniel Bryan and Cesaro. This was a really, really good match. Excuse me. So the babyfaces had the early advantage, and the heels briefly took over. Bryan fought back, though. Roode, why did I say Rhodes? Because I was thinking of Ben Rhodes, and it's almost spelled similar. Anyways, Roode knocked Cesaro off the apron, but Bryan applied the label lock. Roode made it to the ropes to break the hold. Bryan attempted a suicide dive, but missed and hit Cesaro instead. The heels took over and beat down the babyfaces at ringside. Sami Zayn and Corbin would then come down. After commercial break, the heels were firmly in control as they isolated Bryan in their corner. They showed Roman Reigns in the back, also watching with Paul Heyman. Ziggler attempted a superplex, but Bryan knocked him off and hit a missile dropkick. Bryan tried to make the tag, but Roode knocked Cesaro off the apron. Bryan tried to fight back, but Roode hit a spine buster for a close near fall. Ziggler missed a charge in the corner, and Cesaro got the hot tag. Cesaro rocked Ziggler with a series of uppercuts. He knocked Roode off the apron and rocked Ziggler with another uppercut. Cesaro set it for the giant swing, but Roode attacked the injured knee. Bryan took out Roode with a drop kick. Ziggler took the advantage and hit a Faymaster on Cesaro to get a near fall. Cesaro would then recover and caught Ziggler in a torture rack into a backbreaker. Cesaro then did the giant swing into a sharpshooter to pick up the submission victory, making Dolph Ziggler tap out. So with that, Daniel Bryan and Cesaro have qualified for the Elimination Chamber. All spots are now set. Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, King Corbin, Sami Zayn, Daniel Bryan, and Cesaro will all battle inside the Elimination Chamber to get a shot at Roman Reigns in the Universal title on the same night. After the match, Jey Uso would attack Cesaro with a steel chair from behind. Zayn and Corbin then dragged Bryan to the floor. A brawl would then break out, and Zayn turned on Corbin. Everyone started hitting big moves on each other before Kevin Owens would run out. He ran down. He ran wild, hitting stunners on everybody, got into the camera and said, "Roman, I'm not going anywhere. You think I am, but I'm not. I'm not going anywhere." So with that, the show ends with Kevin Owens looking dead into the camera, hoping that he's staring a hole in Roman Reigns. But with that, guys, that was Friday Night SmackDown. Now I want to hear from you. I want to know what you guys thought of tonight's show by texting into 510-906-1341. Again, that's 510-906-1341. Check our polls real quick before we go to the text messages. On YouTube, 62% of you liked SmackDown, 30% thought it was all right, and 7% did not like SmackDown. As we look at the poll over on Twitch, 70% thought the show was just all right, with 30% liking it and nobody disliking it. Now let's check the text message bin, see what we got. We got a number of text messages here. They hype up Rollins' return, and he's a heel again. What a waste to bring him back right now if he's not going to be the top babyface. I mean, they got to have some sort of a plan. We'll see where this goes. You can't criticize it yet. Yeah, I would have wished he would have came back as a babyface too, but we'll see. Person simply says, way too much talking tonight. I don't think so. Person says, who do you think will win both of the Raw and SmackDown Elimination Chambers? So for Raw, it's a toss-up. Actually, for both, it's a toss-up. I think either Drew or Sheamus wins the Raw Chamber, but what if, and people aren't going to like this, what if Randy Orton wins the WWE Championship and then Edge picks him? I don't think that's going to happen, but I think it's either Drew or Sheamus for Raw. And for SmackDown, Daniel Bryan or Kevin Owens, most likely Kevin Owens. Versus crap finish. I like the new attitude of Apollo Crews. I think he would make a great heel. Yes, but when we see so many interference DQ finishes in WWE, enough is enough. We see this way too much now. someone interfering and causing a DQ. So that's why I call it a crap finish. Because honestly, we were getting a really good match that didn't have a good finish. Prisoner says, despite I want Cesaro or Daniel Bryan to win Chamber, most likely either Kevin Owens or Jey Uso will win. Jey Uso ain't winning the Chamber. Do you know when will Jimmy Uso return? No clue. Versus if we see Seth Rollins is scheduled to have a match at this year's WrestleMania, who should he face against? Maybe Cesaro or Shinsuke Nakamura. I could see Cesaro. They kind of planted those seeds tonight. Maybe Daniel Bryan. Seth versus Daniel, maybe. This person says, is it me or does it sound like they didn't have a plan for Elimination Chamber, so they do Roman tag matches, random tag? No. They wanted you to think that they had one idea, and now they're going to switch it up. Like maybe Jey Uso wasn't originally supposed to be in the match. They threw him in the match. I don't know. WWE had a plan. But they wanted you to think that Adam Pearce got flustered with having to change his plan. But with that, guys, that was Friday Night Smackdown. I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited. YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Remember, you can follow us on social media. YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, as I just stated. Facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD. You can follow us on Instagram by searching for Pro Wrestling Unlimited. And follow us on Twitter, PW Unlimited. With that, guys, we will be live again this Sunday for the NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day. I don't know why I was about to say New Year's Evil. NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day event on Sunday, Valentine's Day, Daytona 500. So with that, guys, have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday.